Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admissions Counseling's virtual college fair. My name is Becca, and I will be facilitating the fair tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I just wanted to go through a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so your panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation will be recorded and will be available within about a week or so at the website where you registered for this fair. So I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. We will be beginning with University of Manchester. Take it away.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us this night for anybody based in the UK and afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the US. My name is Raluca. I'm one of the international officers for the University of Manchester, and I would normally be your first point of contact if you'd be interested in either discussing UK universities or just applying to the University of Manchester, and you've got my contact details on the screen. In terms of the University of Manchester, we are one of the older universities in the UK, and we date back to 1824. We're one of the top higher education institutions in Europe and also around the world. As a university, we are part of the Russell Group universities in the UK, which makes us a research-intensive university, but also without sacrificing our ability to offer student support, one-to-one tutoring, and also maintaining a student-to-staff ratio of 13:1. As a university, the University of Manchester is one of the largest campus-based universities in the UK, and we are home to over 40,000 students, both undergraduate and postgraduate. We're also one of the most globally diverse universities in the UK and home to over 10,000 international students from over 160 countries. So you literally have the world in one place at the University of Manchester. In terms of our reputation as a university, we rank 27 in the world. We are also very proud of 25 Nobel Prize winners, 2 of whom are currently teaching on staff in graphene applications. So if you're interested in studying anything along the lines of physics or chemistry, you could literally be taught by Nobel Prize winners at the University of Manchester. We like to think of the university as offering you the best of both worlds. So we are a campus university, however, we are based in the city centre of Manchester. So you do get the best of both worlds. You get all of your teaching buildings and accommodation all in one place, but then 10-minute walk and you're in the city centre of Manchester, enjoying everything that the city has to offer. In terms of the actual city, we like to think of Manchester as Britain's most popular student city. It is a very young and vibrant city. It's a city for students, and it's also a city of firsts. It's the birthplace of Industrial Revolution, feminism, vegetarianism, amazing causes you can get involved with, whether it's at university or just part of the amazing opportunities that the city has for you. So just a quick overview and an aerial photo of the University of Manchester compared to the city. So you can kind of see that we do offer you a campus experience while being very, very close to everything else you could possibly imagine. In terms of the university, we offer 3 faculties. And of course, within our faculties of humanities, we also have our School of Social Sciences. We offer science and engineering, and then biology, medicine, and health. In terms of the more popular courses that we offer at the university, we have over 300 undergraduate programs that you can pick from with joint honors, so dual majors or majors and minors, and you can make up some of the combinations that you might be interested in. But we do say it's very, very important that you start by researching the course that you're interested in and research the entry requirements that we publish on our website for all of our courses. So do your research and just make sure that you understand exactly the degree that you're interested in when you're looking at things like joint honors or triple honors, what we call in the UK dual major or even triple major. In terms of the University of Manchester, we are the Times and Sunday Times University of the Year for graduate employment, and we also have a wonderful reputation for graduate employability, consistently being voted the most targeted university in the UK by the top 100 graduate employers. So it's a very good university if you're interested in starting to build your career from the get-go. We have amazing links in industry, and a lot of our programs offer you the opportunity to both study and also do 1 year in industry, which would be an internship as part of your degree. We offer tailored career support at the university, whether it's one-to-one guidance appointments or interview simulations, or if you simply just want to speak to someone about what your career path might look like, you have all of these opportunities at the University of Manchester, together with termly job fairs specific for your department, for your degree, and loads of wonderful opportunities to network with employers whilst you're at university. Now, it's not all about the degree, and it's not all about the career you're going to have afterwards. The University of Manchester is home to the largest students' union in the UK. And what that means for you as a potential student here is that we offer over 400 clubs and societies that have no prerequisites for you joining them. Whether you want to do something with sports like archery, or whether you want to do something a little bit more out there like pillow fighting, then there's a society for you. If you have a hobby, then we probably offer it as a club or a society with peers that share the same interests as you. We offer wonderful opportunities for engagement with student life as part of community organizations, loads of fundraising opportunities and outreach programs that you can get involved with, whether it's just to make friends or potentially to build your CV and gain those amazing skills that will help you be more employable once you finish university. In terms of accommodation, all of our accommodation is single occupancy. So you always get your own bedroom, your own personal space. You don't have to share with anyone. And then you are able to enjoy university life. We have loads of opportunities for students to engage with us, either online or through various webinars or chat to our students. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, by all means, please do so at my email address on the screen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have the University of Westminster.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name's Jane and I'm from Westminster, and I support students coming from the Americas. So my email address is all through this presentation, and you're welcome to ask questions now, but you're also welcome to get in touch at any point later on, or if you've got anything that you'd like to ask or find out more about. And we'll just have a problem with the presentation. So the University of Westminster is in central London, and it's really what we're all about. So most of our students choose us for our course and then for the location of being in London, enjoying all that London has to offer. And we were set up to teach Londoners professional skills. And that really reflects today in our course portfolio and the programs that we offer, in the learning style and the teaching style that we use, and in our industry relevant curriculum. So a lot of our teaching staff are also working in their fields and have current work experience. And it's a slightly different to some traditional institutions in the UK. We were one of the first polytechnics, and we've been teaching in this way since the early 1800s. The other thing about Westminster, being right in the centre of London, we're still a fairly small institution, but we're really diverse and really international, reflecting being in a great cosmopolitan city like London. And that means for you, coming as an international student, you're not just getting the experience of being in the UK, but you're also getting real global perspective while you're here. We have more than 165 different nationalities across our student and staff body, and it is a very friendly and welcoming environment we like to feel. So most people know where London is, but just in case you don't, sorry, my presentation is completely frozen, but in case you don't, the UK is really small, and you can easily access Europe and different cities and get to know the UK while you're here. And obviously great to know that it's really accessible in terms of going home, coming and going from home. So this is a map of central London. Central London, if you don't know it, is actually really quite small. It's very safe, and you can walk between our central campuses in 15 to 20 minutes. So if you've been to London or you know a little bit about it, then you'll know our Regent Street campus there at Oxford Circus is right in the heart of the shopping area of London. We've got our Baker Street campus there opposite Madame Tussauds and Baker Street, well known for Sherlock Holmes. And we've got 25 minutes from the centre, so not far at all. We've got our Harrow campus, and that's next to Wembley Stadium, if you're a soccer fan and in that familiar for you. So it's very easy to get around. You don't have to travel between our campuses, so they're separated by faculty, but you're welcome to use the different facilities across the university, and also being where we are, really enjoying everything that London has and is there for you on your doorstep when you step out of class. So some of our popular subjects for students coming from the US often, things like psychology. We do psychology and counselling. This is our biomedical sciences computing school. This is our original building. This is at Regent Street, and popular subjects would be things like international relations and all the social sciences, which are all quite small classes, so very friendly and small departments. This is our business school, one of our biggest schools. We're really well known for marketing. We've got lots of digital marketing, and sports management is a programme there that might be of interest as well. And then we have a very good reputation in our School of Architecture as well. And then you've got our Harrow campus, and you'll notice as I've been through as a very whirlwind tour that they're all very different. So if you're looking at Westminster, do have a look on the website, look on social media, but look for your subject areas because they're all quite different. At Harrow is where we have all our studios and we do all the creative subjects. We've got a very good reputation for journalism and media, and we do a lot of film, TV, fashion. We were the first institution in the world to teach photographic sciences, and we can continue to offer photography today. So we have accommodation. So people are often worried, okay, but London, but what will I do? Where will I live? So we have halls of residence. Again, they're mainly self-catered. You get your own room, your own bathroom, and you share a kitchen with 5 or 6 other students. For September 2021, this year, we've got exceptional entry requirements in place. So understanding we're taking big test optional and taking people with high school diploma over 3, and then looking at the reference and your statement. If you're looking ahead into the future, then please do check our website or get in touch with me for the coming years when we announce our new requirements post-COVID. Our fees, you're looking at about $20,000 per year. That's for 3 years in England for undergraduate programs. If you do a 4-year placement year, which is available across most of our programs, you don't pay the tuition fee for that year. We're certified for federal aid, and we also have a scholarships program. So if you're interested, do have a look at that as well. And just a final note to say that obviously people worry about London being expensive. I advise you to add up total costs, use some budgeting calculators. We've got lots of guidance on our website. London is not one of the most expensive cities in the world anymore. It can be surprisingly affordable when you add up the totals and you use all the free activities, student events, and everything that's going on in London for social life, and then also think about opportunities for work and for placements and gaining experience. So I'll leave it there. You've got my contact details, and we've got some open events coming up as well if you'd like to find out more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Newcastle University.
Hi, everybody. My name is Thomas, and I am the regional manager focusing on the US and Canada here at Newcastle University. For those of you who don't know Newcastle, it's really well known in the UK as being a very lively, friendly student city. We are quite well known as the capital of the northeast of England. So we have a rough population within the city of about 300,000, but that does extend to about 1.2 million people within a short drive of the city centre. Newcastle is really well connected to other parts of the UK. London is just under 3 hours away. Edinburgh is an hour and a half away. And we're also really lucky to have our own international airport, only 20 minutes outside of the city centre, with flights to around about 80 different destinations. across Europe and further afield. Newcastle is consistently voted one of the best places to study in the UK. We're actually in the top 5 last year, and in the world, we're often ranked in the top 50 or 60 best cities. We are also the most affordable student city in the UK. Cost of living here is considerably lower than in most other major UK cities. And so that means as a student, you can access a lot of the events and activities that go on throughout the city without having to be concerned by budget. We are well known as a hub for innovation, technology. We have one of the fastest growing tech scenes in the UK. And we're also named as the UK's smart city for 2020, as well as other industries such as advanced manufacturing and the arts. Surprisingly, not everywhere in the UK rains all the time, and Newcastle is actually one of the driest cities in the UK, with less rain than places like DC and New York, and possibly not as dry though as somewhere like California. And as well as having lots of things like restaurants and bars, art galleries, theatres. Newcastle is also home to some beautiful nature as well. We have some stunning beaches that are only about 20 minutes outside of the city centre, and some great architecture. If any of you are interested in history, the northeast of England is home to more castles than any other region in the UK. Just to give you an idea of some of the beautiful different types of scenery, on the top left there, you have Gray's Monument, which is in the heart of the city centre. And we have places like Bamburgh Castle in the bottom right, and you can do things like go canoeing down the River Tyne there on the bottom left. We are really lucky that our campus is located in the heart of the city centre, but we benefit from still having a wonderful campus feel. You can see there the 2 shapes in the bottom left and right are where our campus is located, and the grey rectangle shape there in the middle is the city centre. So we are very lucky to literally be a stone's throw from the city centre. And that is our heart of our campus there, with the Student Union building in the front, and in the rear, the building, the tall building with the towers, is where you would have your graduation ceremony. Our history dates back from the 1830s, so we have got some beautiful buildings on campus. We are a global top 160 university and ranked in the top 25 in the UK. Similar to Manchester, we are also in the Russell Group. For those of you who don't know what the Russell Group is, it's like the UK's Ivy League, essentially. Universities like Oxford and Cambridge are also in the Russell Group. We're ranked in the top 10 for graduate prospects. This actually puts us ahead of places like King's, College London, UCL, and University of Oxford, which I'm sure many of you have heard of. And we were also named University of the Year in 2016, 2018, and 2019 in the Educate North Awards. And last year, we were ranked 11th in the world for our sustainability in the Times Higher Education Impact Ranking. So not only do we have a great education and student experience, but we also are a very green focused university. In terms of the way that we're structured, we have 3 faculties. Looking at humanities and social sciences, science, agriculture, engineering, and medical sciences. We have roughly 27,000 students in total. I'm studying on 200 undergraduate bachelor's degrees and over 300 master's and PhD programs. And some of our most popular subjects are things like English language, communication, media, history, classics, and archaeology, law, and our business school. We also have a whole host of programs like engineering. We also have animal science and agriculture. We actually own and operate 2 commercial farms. And we also have marine science. We have our own marine research vessel, for example. And in our medical sciences, we offer things like medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, psychology. It's worth pointing out as well that subjects like medicine and dentistry are available straight out of high school in the UK. They're not graduate degrees like they are in the US. In terms of our entry requirements, we are not test optional, but test flexible. So whilst we would like to see AP tests or SAT subject tests if you have taken them, we this year are also willing to consider other types of advanced classes. For example, you may have taken an AP class but not taken the test. That would be okay. Or you may have taken honours classes at high school. And so we would look at a range of different qualifications. Generally speaking, we're looking for 4s and APs, but it could be higher for some of our more competitive subjects. In order to apply, and this applies for all UK universities, you can use something called UCAS, which is a central application system. We at Newcastle are also on the Common App. It's worth pointing out that if you are applying for UCAS, the equal consideration deadline was back in January. However, lots of universities will still be able to accept applications even now. So if you are a senior and considering applying, then you should still be able to do so. Like lots of institutions, we have lots of support available to you from pre-application right through to arrival on campus. And there's lots more information there about the different types of support services we have to offer. If you want to find out more, here are some of our links, and I will post them in the chat for you. And if you have any questions to follow up, that is my email address. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Thomas. All right, moving right along, we have the University of Dundee. So go ahead and take it away.
Super, thank you very much. There we go. Excellent. So hopefully you can see my presentation there. So my name is Grant. I'm the regional lead for the Americas here at the University of Dundee. I'm also an alum of the University of Dundee. I studied geography here and graduated around 5 years ago. So I will try and speak as slowly as possible because I've only got 6 minutes. It's extremely difficult. I notice I have quite a strong Scottish accent, but hopefully you'll be able to understand everything I say in the next 6 minutes. So the University of Dundee is in Scotland, so one of the 4 nations that make up the United Kingdom, and we're in the north of the United Kingdom. So Scotland as a whole has a great history in academic education. We've been teaching at a university level as a nation for over 600 years, and Dundee has some really great links to that. So up until 1967, we were actually part of St Andrews University, who are the 3rd oldest university in the English-speaking world. So a lot of history, both in Dundee and around Scotland as well. Now, I'm obviously extremely biased being a Scotsman, but I do find that people in Scotland are extremely friendly, as they are across the United Kingdom and indeed across the world. So if you are joining us from the United States, then I'm sure you'll be made right at home if you come to study in Scotland and in Dundee. We have quite a rich and historic heritage. It wouldn't be right promoting Scotland or Dundee without including a picture of a castle as part of the presentation. And we do have a really flexible degree structure. And that's one of the biggest differences you'll find if you come to study in Scotland as opposed to somewhere else in the United Kingdom. So in Scotland, our degree system is more closely aligned with the USA. We study for 4 years at a bachelor's level. And within those first 2 years, you do have some flexibility within your studies. So typically, you will study up to 3 different subjects each semester for your first 2 years before specialising in your last 2 years. But the good thing is in Scotland, there isn't compulsory subjects. So you're not compulsory taking English, not compulsory taking maths. The subjects you pick tend to fall within your discipline, but you can pick some outside of your discipline if you find yourself wanting to learn a new language or perhaps pick up something kind of out of your own subject area. So in terms of the city of Dundee, where we are based, the city of Dundee is located on the east coast of Scotland, kind of similar to Newcastle, and we are actually the sunniest city in Scotland, which is why I never leave the house without my sunglasses. You might be wondering how hard it is to be the sunniest city in Scotland, and by that I probably don't mean that it's not warm, but we do enjoy a lot of sunshine, especially during the summer months. We have been quoted as the best place to live in Scotland, and part of that is probably down to the sunshine, but also we're a very affordable city, so your money does go a little bit further. So if you're looking to study here, you can enjoy kind of a good student life once you're here. Dundee is also known as the City of Discovery. So if you've not heard of Dundee before, there's probably a lot of things that you've used that have been invented or pioneered within either the University of Dundee or the City of Dundee. So we've pioneered aspirin, we've pioneered LCD technology from the University of Dundee. So if you're watching this on a tablet or a phone, the technology you're using has come from the University of Dundee. Radar, you've probably heard of Grand Theft Auto. The first creators of Grand Theft Auto actually come from Dundee, alongside things like marmalade stamps, ATM. So even for a small city of around 150,000 people, we're really proud of the discoveries that have come from this city. So for the University of Dundee, we're a top 20 university in the UK, and we rank very highly for our student satisfaction, especially with international students, where we've been ranked 14th in the world. We are test optional for September 2021 entry, and we offer rolling admissions as well. So you can apply anytime for both undergraduate and postgraduate options. And we do offer scholarships of up to £5,000, which are available for students from the USA. So we are a city-based campus, so we offer everything within the picture that you see there. So it could be our accommodation. All of our accommodation is single occupancy, so you'll never share with anyone else. And all of our accommodation is also en suite, so you're absolutely guaranteed your own bathroom if you come to study in the UK, which is a massive bonus when you look at university accommodation. But we're also a 5-minute walk to the city centre, so you get all the facilities, the sports facilities, the fitness, the student union, all on campus. But at the same time, we're only a 5-minute walk from the city centre, and only a 5-minute walk as well to the train station. And as has been said previously in other presentations, the UK is not a big place, so it's super easy to travel anywhere in the UK, or indeed hop over to Europe for maybe a long weekend if you have time. Now, university is absolutely about the academics, but it's also about the student life as well. So we offer over 250 different societies in Dundee. One of them is the Tea Appreciation Society, obviously being in the United Kingdom, and in Dundee that is called the Dundee Society. We offer over 45 different sports clubs, so whatever sports you want to play, I'm sure it will be available here. You can scan this QR code and it'll take you straight to our course pages, but this is a list of the different courses in subject areas that we offer in the University of Dundee. My very quick claim to fame for Dundee is very much our School of Medicine and School of Dentistry, which we rank very well in. But Jay-Z's Dentist is actually an alumnus of the University of Dundee. Maybe not a Nobel Prize winner, but we're going to take the claim to fame wherever we can. And just here is my contact details. And again, you can scan this QR code and it'll go straight into your contacts list with my number there. So if you do have any questions about Dundee, you're more than welcome to either give me an email or you can contact me via WhatsApp, whichever is easier for you. And we can arrange a Zoom meeting or anything so I can provide more information for you. But thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Grant. Up next, we have University College Cork.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Maggie Cardosi, and I am the North American Officer for University College Cork in Ireland. UCC is located in Cork City, which is down along the southern coast of Ireland and is Ireland's second largest city. A recent Lonely Planet review said that everything good in Ireland can be found in Cork, and I definitely agree with that. Not only is Cork a very safe, friendly, welcoming, and walkable city, but it's also a hub for business, research, innovation, arts and entertainment, and lots of other things. So there's lots to keep you busy. It's also a stone's throw from some of Ireland's most beautiful heritage sites, beaches, and landscapes. So if you like the outdoors, if you like history, Cork is going to be a great place. Also, if you like food and travel, because it is extremely easy to get across Ireland from Cork over to Europe for a weekend and points beyond as well. UCC is located just a quick 15-minute walk from the city center of Cork on a beautiful campus that dates from 1845. It's really a fantastic balance. Not only can you easily get into the city center to enjoy the food, theater, music, go to a museum or whatnot, but you also have easy access not only to your on-campus accommodation, student supports in your classes as well. We are top 2% in the world, and our 130 different undergraduate programs are internationally recognized. So your degree is going to mean something after you graduate. We're #1 for the student experience in Ireland due to not just our excellence in teaching and research, but also because of the really robust student services and supports that we offer. So whether that's your kind of residence directors, your peer supports, your academic program, or the clubs and activities that you get involved in, there's something to make you a part of the community and make sure that you're integrated and thriving with us. When you're studying at UCC, you're joining 22,000 students from all over the world. So you're not just living and studying with Irish students, but also students from about 104 different countries. We're also very green, not just kind of in appearance, as you can see from the picture here, but also in our sustainability practices. We're the world's first green campus. And we're also in the top 10 for sustainability. And these practices really encompass every facet of life at UCC, whether it's our wildflower garden, plastics-free cafe, campus-wide sustainability modules. So if you're somebody who is concerned about human impact on the environment, you will find a like-minded and supportive community here with us at UCC. This is just a sampling a little bit about our undergraduate programs. As I mentioned, we have over 130 direct entry options. And I know this is a lot of text, but I did just want to illustrate the breadth of what we have to offer. Our programs are 3 or 4 year direct entry courses, so you do need to kind of have a good idea of what you'd like to study with us. And I would say that practical learning is really the cornerstone of our curriculum. So almost every single one of the courses that we have listed here is going to contain some element of learning outside of the classroom, whether that's an internship course, a paid work placement, field work, or a study abroad option. We have some really nice scholarships as well. Some of our programs would offer scholarships to international students that could be worth up to 25% of your tuition costs. And I would say, while we have pretty much everything that you can find at a US institution, some of our more unique programs would be like anthropology, archaeology, public health sciences, criminology, and forensic sciences. Like I said, practical learning is the cornerstone of our curriculum. And I wanted to illustrate here some of the industry partners that we have that help us out when it comes to placing students in those placements and internships. And I'm sure you'll recognize a few of these companies. We count among our partners not just national companies located within Ireland, but multinationals as well. And our students are really sought after graduation. So many of our students go on to work for these companies that they've been placed at after graduation. And about 94% of our undergraduate students are employed or in further study within 6 months. So again, your time in UCC is going to ensure that you are both work ready and world ready, whether you're doing a work placement or a study abroad. A little bit about our application. So it's relatively straightforward. You would apply directly to UCC via our website. We are not on the Common App as of yet. And we do rolling admission from December 10th every year. We look primarily at your academics. So we would ask you to supply an up-to-date high school transcript, any standardized tests that you've taken, along with 2 recommendation letters and an essay detailing why you're interested in studying at UCC. We typically look for a minimum 3.0 GPA, but we would possibly look for higher for some of our more competitive courses. We also, while we would typically look for ACT and SAT scores, we have waived those requirements because of the pandemic this year. So I will leave it at that, but if you'd like more info, there are my contact details there, as well as our website and a nice handy QR code for you to scan. So as they say in Ireland, go Ramilamaget, and thanks so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Maggie. And last but not least, we have University of Aberdeen.
Hi there, everyone. So I'll quickly introduce myself whilst the presentation please catch up. So my name is Frances McBean and I am one of the International Recruitment Officers for the University of Aberdeen. I will quickly start by giving you some information on the university and a wee bit of information on the city as well. And my contact details are at the end. So again, you can pop questions into the chat box or you can get in touch with me at a later date and I can get back. As Grant sort of mentioned before, I will try and speak slowly. I think in Scotland we're sort of known for speaking quite fast, so I'll try and slow it down and hopefully you can understand. But if you've been able to understand Grant and myself coming to Scotland, it'll be a breeze. You'll get along with everyone and you'll understand what's going on. So Aberdeen has a population of about 230,000 people. So we're the 3rd biggest city in Scotland. We're ranked the second safest city in the UK. So it's a very welcoming community, very friendly, also very international as well. We have a beach, which is a 10-minute walk from campus. So you'll be able to see that in the city highlights picture there on the top right-hand side. And we also have a major international airport, which is just about a 15-minute drive out of the city centre itself. So really easy to commute between going back home or going to the rest of the UK or further afield. Scotland and the UK, it's really easy to travel around. We're also known as Castle Country in Aberdeenshire because we have over 300 castles. So there's just one stone's throw from the city, and it's just really great to make the most of going and visiting all of the amazing sites around Scotland. And if you like the sort of historic side of things, then definitely make use of all of the castles that we have to offer. So the University of Aberdeen was founded in 1495, so we're the 5th oldest university in the English-speaking world. We have about 15,000 students, so we would classify ourselves as a medium-sized university. 32% of our students are international, coming from over 130 nationalities. So I mentioned before, really international university, but also very international city. Really diverse mix of cultures, which is just great and a very welcome and sort of warm environment for students coming from all over the world. We're ranked top 200 in the world and also in the top 30 in the UK. And we have 12 schools within the university, and I've just popped a couple of them in there just to give you an idea of the different types of ones that we have on offer. We also have over 370 different degree programmes and combinations, so a huge range on offer there for yourselves. So our campus, we're located in the historic district of Old Aberdeen. When the university was founded over 500 years ago, the university was built, and as the university grew, the city has grown around it. So we're in the oldest part of the city, which is just absolutely beautiful, but it's not all old. We do have some modern facilities. The picture in the top there is the picture of our medical science campus, which is based up at the city's hospital. And the picture in the bottom there is our new library, which is the Sir Duncan Rice Library, which was built in 2012. And when you go to the top there, you've got absolutely beautiful views across the whole city and out to the North Sea. And then obviously access to all the resources that you would need in different types of study space for your time at university. Our Sports Village and Aquatic Centre was built around the same time as the library and is just a stone's throw from the main campus itself. In terms of the undergraduate study, the Scottish degree system is 4 years long, so I've popped a table in there just to give you an idea of the sort of flexibility. Grant mentioned it earlier, but this is just a wee diagram here to sort of reflect the information that, that we've been talking about with the flexible degrees in Scotland. First and second year, you have your chosen majors, and then you have additional subjects alongside that. But then in third and fourth year, that's when you then really focus in, and your fourth year is when you get to do your dissertation or your research project. We have over 75 subjects or majors, and we also offer single and joint honour degrees. You can apply through Common App or UCAS, just whichever you would prefer. So that's the different options there of application that we have to offer. In terms of the scholarships and funding, I've just popped a couple of details in there for you, but all of this information is on our website, so you can go back there and have a look for the information. But we've got the North American Merit Scholarship and then also the Finlay Walker Scholarship as well, and we're also FAFSA approved. So student life and support, obviously the studying side is very, very important whilst you're at university, but we do want you to have a good time. We want you to enjoy your time at university and your social life. So we have 55 different sports clubs and over 100 different student societies. Pretty much anything you can think of, we will have that on offer. Our student village, which is called Hill Head, which is where all of our accommodation is located just a 10-minute walk from the main historic campus. And this has 24 hours a day, 7-day-a-week security and support staff on offer. We also have AUSA, which is our Students' Union Association, which you can go and sign up to be a member of. And it's a great way to make friends and meet some people who are out with your course or out with your accommodation. And we also have an excellent career service as well. You can go here to get support on writing a cover letter or a CV, practicing interview skills, finding part-time work, but you can also go back to the career service even after you've graduated. So even if it's 10 years down the line after graduation, because you're a graduate of the university, you can still make use of this service. So that's my details just there at the end of the slide. So please feel free to get in touch with me, and I can be more than happy to get back in touch with any answers or arrange any sort of one-to-one calls as well. But thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much. All right. So thank you all so much again for being here. We are going to end today with just a quick Q&A. So we're going to start with the University of Manchester. And if you all could just give a brief answer. Your first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So University of Manchester, you can start.
Sure. I think the best advice I have, especially for the UK education system as a whole, is do your research and ask loads of questions. I think any one of us present here and in general, we're all very, very friendly and we're there to help. So ask as many questions as you can, because it is a different education system that you'll go into, and there's nothing more important than you understanding what you're stepping into and knowing exactly what you need to be able to be admitted. So that's my best piece of advice.
Great. University of Westminster.
I think Raluca's covered it all already, to be honest. That is the most important thing, and be confident to ask. And at the moment, especially, there are so many virtual events and opportunities or getting in touch with current students or an alum and really finding out anything that you want to know or that's a worry for you, a barrier to stopping you thinking about coming to study. And then you'll hopefully find out that it will be a great opportunity and it's a much easier process.
Great, thank you so much. Newcastle University.
I think for the UK in particular, because when you apply to a specific major, it's really important to think about the major first and then find a university that can teach that major. Don't find a university and then pick a major that university offers. So it's a little bit kind of turning the process on the head in comparison to how it might be in the US.
Great, thank you. University of Dundee.
I think most things have probably been covered, but I think one of the kind of the few positives come from the pandemic has been the availability of online resources for you. So especially if you are looking to travel to the UK or Europe or internationally, then there's so many great online resources you can take advantage of now. So virtual tours, things like this. So it's great you're tuning in. So just make the most of everything that's available online. It's not quite the same as visiting, but you do get hopefully kind of a flavour of what it's like at each university. So yeah, keep it that.
Great point. University College Cork.
I would say not to be afraid of the challenge that going abroad poses, because I think the benefits really outweigh maybe some of the hurdles that you might be facing, and yeah, just to embrace it and do it. This is the time in your life that you can take 3 or 4 years and head overseas and really have a unique experience. So yeah, embrace the challenge.
Love that. And University of Aberdeen.
I would probably just agree with pretty much what everyone else has been saying, but just maybe another couple of points. Give yourself plenty of time to apply. Don't try and rush it. It's a big process. And then the other one that's quite good to keep in mind is use the people around you who have applied to university or who are currently at university to see if they have any hints and tips, and talk to them about their sort of application and what it's been like at university, because it's a really good sort of resource that you have to have there. So any friends or family that you can with to ask them is also good as well. But plenty of time and making use of the online activities that everyone's involved with at the moment, and then hopefully we can host you actually in person one day soon.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for joining us, everyone. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all the other session recordings at strivescan.com/WACAC. Thank you all so much. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you for the attendees for coming in, and have a wonderful rest of your evening, morning, whatever it is for where you are. Take care.